The credit crunch hasn't stopped every local company from capturing new opportunities around the world. In fact, if the world's your oyster, you can still come by credit to expand your export-import business. AquaTech, a fast-growing company based in Washington County, Pennsylvania, is doing just that, with a little help from the PNC Global Trade and Equipment Finance Group. Dennis Gray is President of Operations for AquaTech, and Alan Andrews is Vice President for PNC Global Trade and Equipment Finance Group. PNC, of course, is sponsor of our region's business. Welcome. Good to see both of you.
Thanks for having us here, Bill.
Thank you.
Yeah, for people who aren't familiar with AquaTech, what is it exactly that you all do?
AquaTech is a water treatment company. We do water and wastewater treatment systems. We've been in the local area now for 27 years. We initially did a lot of local business, domestic business, but in the last 15 years we've expanded to many international markets and places around the world.
And what kind of water purification? Do you have a certain specialty?
No, we are a soup to nuts company. There are some specialized systems that we don't specialize in, but most everything from zero liquid discharge, which is a very environmentally friendly application these days, to pre-treatment. We treat well water, river water, groundwater, treated waters, tertiary treated waters. So,
wow.
I mean, we can handle pretty much anything.
And this really has been one of our region's great success stories, huh?
It's been unbelievable. AquaTech has been, as Dennis said, in the area 27 years, founded by an Indian gentleman who's been in the area longer than 30 years. His wife currently is chairman, so it's a minority-owned company. The two sons, Venki and Devish, run the company. Very family-oriented. I think they've doubled in size over the last 4 or 5 years, to over 200 employees, projects around the world, and that's what I think is probably keeping them very active and continuing to hire good qualified people, not only locally but from the outside, bringing them into the Pittsburgh community.
That's, you got, what, a couple of hundred people here in the region?
Yeah, we have
right
about
now?
230 people in our Canonsburg office.
Yeah, that's really incredible.
Yeah, we also have offices in China, India, so in Oman. We're a worldwide company now, but started in Canonsburg.
That's really amazing. And now, as I understand it, you've really been able to tap this export-import credit program, which is a federal program. Is that
That's correct.
How important is that for a company like you to be able to expand internationally?
Well, our business varies from year to year on the percentage of overseas business we do. But currently, this year, it's fair to say that 60% of our business is being done overseas. And without Exim financing, with the help of PNC Bank, I mean, it would not be possible to execute those projects.
Only like do one at a time.
Yeah, we could do one of them, and then, you know, if you self-finance one project, you're pretty much out of funds, and the rest of them are gonna go to waste. So.
Well, and then you also have to have the expertise to do all the business, to do all the financing deals in all these other countries, which has to be a nightmare. Is that where PNC
Exactly.
really plays a part?
Probably, again, a lot of people in the area don't know that PNC has been, the 4th year in a row, the largest user of the programs offered by the U.S. Export-Import Bank, which is the government agency whose ultimate aim is to create jobs for U.S. manufacturers. And its predominant aim is targeted at small businesses around the country, which typically are the largest job generators. AquaTech certainly is the poster child for Exim Bank, being a success story in their eyes and our eyes, and I think it should be even more recognized in the community eyes for being a truly it's a green, environmentally friendly production equipment that they make. It's used to improve the environment. And it's minority owned, it's hiring workers. Certainly the U.S. Export-Import Bank has been rightfully playing it up, that this is a company that they want to see grow not only internationally but even to maybe replicate it in other parts of the country and other communities. And
how do you really help? Because you know, I would assume the bank has to have the international expertise when the small business doesn't.
Good question. We have an infrastructure of 15 people in Pittsburgh alone who just focus on financing buyers overseas, making attractive loans for them to buy U.S. equipment, and we do that by getting the guarantee or insurance of the U.S. Exim Bank. So it's a government guarantee of our money that we're lending after we've done a significant amount of due diligence, sometimes overboard, really, because you have to make sure to get the government guarantee or insurance, you have to make sure every T is crossed, I is dotted, and make sure every document is perfect. And that's where we've developed this infrastructure over the years of 15 people who are multilingual. They speak Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, French. And you often have to do that in order to communicate with the buyer to understand really what their financials look like. Now, for the working capital side, for an AquaTech who gets these large orders, sometimes tens of millions of dollar orders, $100 million orders overseas, Exim Bank also has a program for that, which we've also been the largest user of for the last 4 years in a row, in getting the guarantee of Exim Bank to our loan to AquaTech, for example, who can then fulfill that overseas order, hire the workers, purchase the material, and issue bonds for overseas, performance bonds, bid bonds, which typically U.S. banks will require a significant amount of collateral to do so. But with the government guarantee behind us, we can not ask for so much collateral. It makes it very attractive and a winning proposition for a company like AquaTech to move forward in these overseas projects.
Wow. Well, it's a great story. Great to hear that, number one, you can get credit and financing to be able to export, and that is actually creating jobs right here in our region. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next up, soaring across the playing field with the brand new WaveCam. We'll take flight as our region's business continues. Stay with us.